Good morning. My name is Jason Corder, the CEO of Honda Auto Center of Bellevue and the Honda of Kirkland. When running a business like we have for coming up on our 45th year, you can have the best product, the best community to operate in, and of course, the best types of clientele. We believe we have all that. What it really comes down to is our people and the shared values and the culture that we try and instill at all of our companies to ensure we can operate for another 40 years into the future. By installing Jim Madrid and AST and the 10 principles of IntelliKey, we feel that this sets up our staff to be the best versions of themselves today and into the future. Thank you.
To give you an example of the level of this guy's game when it comes to mental coaching and goal setting and strategies. This is such a high level of mental coaching.
I would say Jim Madrid is very inspirational. Everything that he's achieved and overcame.
You got all the great facilities, resources, and everything. That can cause, bring about, or make happen. And in a team situation, in an organization too. Think about it. If this was a team, okay? And we raise the efficacy of everybody here in your job function. I don't know about you, but man, I love my job. I love being here. Think differently. Through this whole thing, please just think differently about what's possible for you. And let me give you an idea about how Jim Madrid thinks differently. Years ago, I was dating my wife, and I'm half Italian, half Spanish. Grew up here in Seattle, and we have like 35 first cousins that live around here. It's pretty much just on the Italian side. So we really brought up on that Italian culture. And so I love Italian food. I mean, who doesn't? It's great food, right? So we get in the car, we're going out to dinner, and she goes, "Where are we going to dinner?" And I told her the name of the restaurant. She gave me a weird look. I go, "What's up?" She goes, "Well, it's Italian." I said, "So?" She goes, "Well, we had Italian last night." I said, "So?" She goes, "Well, who eats Italian food 2 nights in a row?" And I said, millions of people in Italy, every night, they have Italian food, right? What we do is that we start with self-efficacy. One's appraisal of oneself, of what you can cause, bring about, or make happen, whether that be in your relationships, at work, or wherever, okay? What you can cause. Cause what? Bring about what? Make what happen? All the people in sales, raise your hand. Okay? So you get up in the morning and go, okay, how efficacious am I going to be today in sales? I can cause, bring about, or make happen. And in a team situation, in an organization too, then once we raise that if we raised everybody, just think about it. If this was a team, okay, which it is, and we raise the efficacy of everybody here in your job function, right? Because the end of that definition there, this guy named Dr. Al Bandura out of Stanford came up with these concepts, and he said it's job or task specific. It's job or task specific. So in sales, your job is to do what? Sell a car. Pretty easy. Okay, but what are all the tasks? So what I would do is write down all the different tasks, just 1 to 2 word descriptions of all the tasks it takes to sell the job, to sell a car. Service. Whatever it may be that your job is, what are all the tasks for you to do that? Just write 1 word down, 1 to 2 word descriptions down. That's all. as many as that. And then measure yourself on a daily basis. How'd I do with that? You're pros. High performance. You got to think that way. You're adults now. Get out of that youth, mentality and get into that, professional mentality. If you want to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And it'll help in all parts of your life. But you've got to have, consistency both in your personal life and your professional life. There's got to be consistency there. Just let your shoulders down. Give it up. Get rid of the egos and everything else and the politics and all that kind of stuff. Brian doesn't want that. He just wants performance. But he wants also, in the corners, they just want the best for you. So, but if we create that, all those different tasks, if you created that, and then measure yourself, like 1 to 5 at the end of the day, and I'll give you a little bit of that later, but 1 to 5, how'd I do? 1, I need to improve. 5, I crushed. And if you do that for your life, I'm telling you, you'll see a huge, huge impact, positive impact. Then collective efficacy. That's a group or a team's appraisal of what together we can cause, bring about, or make happen. Sales and service and parts and whatever department you work in, the office, doesn't matter. It's like, how do we get together and make this fun and kick some butt? And isn't that fun? Instead of coming in, here, I have to go to work. No, you don't. You don't have to go to work. You get to go to work. There's a lot of people who would love to have a job like yours. They'd like to be educated like you are, to be able to get a job that you have. A lot of people.